Hey guys, guess what? I have a small little update. I have a Twitter account now. Now, I know a while back I asked you guys if I should get a Twitter account. Most of you said no. But if we're going to do what we need to do to spread our message of what we've been pushing on this channel, I think we need a Twitter account to keep track with people. So I made a Twitter account. I have 5 followers so far. I would love to add you guys in if you could. If you have a Twitter account, please follow. My Twitter account will be in the link in the description. Or if you're a offended person who's getting triggered by today's video, you can even comment saying how awful of a human being I am. I'll take either. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see my Twitter account, find me at D to the B with capital D and B and 9. Search this. Hey guys, D to the B here with some news, which this is automatically going to kill my Cyberworld video that I made a couple days ago, but this was honestly way too important to just let my Cyberworld video stay up longer and get the usual views. It was way too important than me just trashing on Cyberworld or being overrated garbage. So yeah, this happened, apparently. I didn't even know this happened until a couple days ago. I was just getting back from work, hopped on a Discord call with a friend of mine, and there was a bunch of news that was revealed, like Skybound Optimus getting a figure, and apparently Megan Fox being a part of the second Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Sure, whatever. What I'm covering today was honestly way more important. So the writer Daniel Warren Johnson, who was the main lead writer for the Transformers Energon Universe comic books, but of course he's no longer writing them. He's actually now writing the series Absolute Batman, which I can't commentate. I've never seen Absolute Batman. Its style doesn't seem like it's for me personally. Like, there's some things that are quite questionable about Absolute Batman. Like, the fact that Batman, that symbol on his chest, is a battle axe. Yeah, that's an actual thing. I remember my younger cousin bringing this to my attention. I'm like, wait, what? Just like, that does not feel Batman whatsoever. And he's generally known as a very good writer. But unfortunately, he'd said something bad, and we're here to talk about it. So, he made a post on X, as it's called now, no longer Twitter, of some art that was relating to Batman, which he posted in the text a bat emoji, and this art is Absolute Batman killing an ICE agent. So this is just straight up political violence. If you don't know, which I'm guessing most people know, there has been a call for a mass deportation of illegal immigrants because there's a lot of them in this country. Now, I have my own personal beliefs on ICE, but I don't say my political beliefs on this channel because I generally believe that both people on the left and right can agree on geek culture and how politics have ruined a lot of franchises that us fellow geeks love, like Transformers being one of the topics. But I don't talk about like a pro-Trump message, a pro-Biden message, a pro-Kamala message, because I generally just want to talk about franchises. The only thing I'll talk about is just like how politics have invaded everything. That's about it. I won't talk about my political beliefs because I just want to talk about geek stuff. I'm not one of those channels. I will appreciate those channels who do talk both politics and geek stuff. Good for them. I'm honestly happy they do it. I just want to just have a geek discussion. I don't want to just be like, oh, this guy bad, he did this, he did that. I don't want to be one of those channels. I just want a place where geeks can just agree that the franchises don't need to get political, and they were fine the way they were. That's all I want. Unfortunately, this rhetoric or belief is mostly pushed by the right and not the left. Yeah, sure, there's some left-wingers who agree with the politics that are being pushed in. They don't agree that they should be in the actual source material that they love because they know they do not fit with set franchise. Honestly, if you want to push these messages in, make a whole new brand where these messages actually could work and actually make it very well written, because it is possible to make a show that is quote unquote woke. It's good. And somebody who's not entirely for woke media, because most of woke media, in my opinion, has been absolute garbage. And all the crazy SJW liberals aren't traditional liberals who just want to watch a story and not have be preached to like every single media project. The SJWs who do want that messaging pushed on our stuff. Like, how dare you have a different opinion than me? How dare you? You're a terrible human being! This stuff Daniel posted wasn't even commentary on the current political issues and the current administration, which is the Trump administration. He's just straight up pushing political violence. It was just saying, I don't agree with what Trump has been doing with the mass deportations. I'm like, fair. Even if you don't agree with him, he's just giving his mind. But this is art of him killing ICE agent, which is wrong for two reasons. Number one, Batman doesn't kill people. Batman protects anybody. It mostly just puts criminals in jail. That's about it. Not even the worst criminals he kills. Now, I know the Snyderverse technically did it with Batman v Superman, but I haven't seen Batman v Superman, so I can't comment on that. And then second, ICE's job is supposed to protect our country from possible invaders, so you're just killing people who are protecting us from possible harm to the country just because you don't like what Orange Man said, because the narrative Orange Man bad. And instead of actually giving some good points, you're just resorting to violence. Also, you don't know if the ICE agents like doing it or not. I wouldn't know. I'm not an ICE agent. You guys aren't ICE agents, so we wouldn't know this information. And this sucks because I like him for the most part as a writer. He started the Energon universe, and I really like the Energon universe. It's the best piece of Transformers media that we have gotten in forever. Most of the stuff nowadays for Transformers is mediocre or meh at best. There hasn't been really anything that good. People say TF1 is the highest standards of Transformers. I mean, it's a good movie. It's just overhyped to oblivion. I mean, yeah, it's a good movie, but I feel like there's been better in the franchise, and Skybound is one of the great examples of being better. It just sucks that this happened, because part of me is on the fence with this, because this is an awful thing to wish on anybody. Now, surprisingly, there is a good side to this, which is pretty hard because you have a comic book writer promoting political violence. How could there be anything good? And that's very simple. The comments section. So I got some tweets here. First is from Orion, who shared another Twitter post where it's like, "You don't understand. The cartoon character would agree with me." Which is honestly kind of funny to think about, because that's pretty much how they feel. Another meme similar, "Sonic agrees with me." Still good. I'm sorry. Then we got this one right here. "Congratulations. You both grossly misunderstood both figures in this piece, and you've expressed your consistency with far left violence. I will be buying a few less comics going forward. Thanks for making this decision easy." The sad thing is, it wouldn't surprise me if Daniel was happy when Charlie Kirk died. Yep, I'm bringing this up. It just shows you what kind of people these are, who we're dealing with, the violence that they've been pushing. It all adds up. Killing anyone who enforces or speaks a different view that isn't yours. Next is Gotham doesn't tolerate lawbreakers. I agree. Batman does not tolerate lawbreakers, but this writer would make you think otherwise. Anyway, then we got this one. I can do that too, and here's what the comic says. I'm gonna read it out loud. Yo, Batman, if you want to help Gotham, stop beating people up and start giving more money to social services. So like they do in the real world cities of LA and Chicago. That's a good one. Good post right there. I love that. All right, we got this one. Why do this? The book is so popular. I bring this level of gross partisan BS to the annual. Grow up, you do nothing, baby. And we got one right here. Wait, so Batman, the character that's had jokes about him pretty much beating the living of people for the most minor crimes, would not only break his no-kill rule, but would also support illegal immigration. Yeah, you would think. All right, then we got this one. You dropped your crown, King, and it's a garbage can lid. I love it. That's good. All right. What happened to Batman being a cop? No joke. What happened? Batman's whole thing, obeying the law. Rookies don't get the characters they try to woke wash. That is so true. Really don't understand the source material that they have been given, and it shows. We got this one. I just don't get the anti-ICE stuff at all. They're illegal immigrants. Can't stay here. Need to leave. Should just leave on their own, which is the right thing to do. These weirdos desperately need fictional characters to agree with them ideology. They character that would most disagree with them. No joke. Batman is like the worst example for this. You should have picked all the bad guys because this violent ideology more fits people like Joker, Blade, or any of the other DC characters. No, that's mean. They need to be the heroes. The heroes! Alright, we got this one. Batman would totally let a city be invaded. And that's about it for Twitter. I mean, there's way more tweets out there, but I would actually recommend going to the Twitter section and looking at them. Because depending on your political views and your stances, these tweets, for the most part, are amazing. Now, yes, there are a few that are bad. One that was posted by TFI Creations. But for the most part, you'll have a blast. It's actually pretty fun reading these comments. I was chuckling through this. At the end of the day, this has ruined a lot of people's perception on him and possibly could hurt the Skybound universe. Now, you could be going like, but JJB, that's ridiculous. He's not even writing that series anymore. Skybound will be fine. It won't affect the franchise whatsoever. You would be surprised what anyone influential says on social media that's political, and their business falling apart immediately. It was technically the same thing for SJWs when they got triggered by somebody who they didn't agree with. Granted, it wasn't always successful. They could have just said something peaceful and just giving their opinions, and they would want them out. I mean, it wouldn't kill Skybound, but it definitely would make a lot of people stop reading Skybound. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But for me personally, I enjoyed reading the series. I was collecting all the physical media, like the actual comics itself, instead of getting digital, because I believe more in physical media than digital media. And of course, I haven't been catching up with Skybound because I've been having some money troubles. I actually got a bonus job to work at, so then I can actually start paying for comics again, and also rent. But now with this stuff, I don't know if I'm going to continue. I most likely am going to because I enjoy the series, but at the same time, it's like, do I read a series that I really enjoy a lot and I think is the best thing we've gotten in Transformers since Transformers Prime, or do I stop reading it because I do not like what a former writer for the series had said? It's a really hard choice, and I'm guessing some of my audience might even boycott Skybound. It's really up to you guys if you want to do it or not, but if you do, I understand. If you don't, I also understand. It's a really hard decision, but yeah, that's all I have to say. What he said was stupid, and he should be ashamed of himself for bringing him into this mess, and also probably going to ruin his career going forward. But that's enough of what I have to say. How do you feel about this situation? Tell me in the comments, and have a nice day, everyone.